Bruins friends, it is time to hug it out, because that is a 4-3 victory over the Philadelphia Flyers. Welcome back down into the den, everybody. This was, oh my goodness gracious, this was a vintage game between the Bruins and the Flyers, complete with the Flyers blowing it, a bunch of penalties and a bunch of in-your-face frustration. But before we get into any of that, first of all, like, comment, and subscribe. Please help me out with the YouTube algorithm. I want to grow this shit. It'll be so fun it'll be so fun. And join the fray. Join us down in the den. We got some fun and stuff going on here. And oh man, this was, I mean, first of all, this was another team under 500, so we can go back into my old video, into my last video, and discuss the whole, oh yes, it's good that they're winning, but also it's against weak opponents. We also need to, but we should also probably understand, as Brick wants us to believe, and honestly, he is right on this. You do need to start somewhere. You do need to build your momentum up somewhere. And right now, the Bruins are beating the opponents that they should be beating. And whereas under Montgomery, a couple months ago, they were not. So to have this rebound is really good. Now, into the game. The Bruins start out looking pretty good. Not pretty good, but there's one key issue. The Bruins have started the getting the hang of generating offense. And it's just getting the puck into the offensive zone and making plays. There's one key issue. This team can't finish. And I've said this over and over again because it remains true. The team on the ice cannot score. They're not good at it. And as a result, we end up having to go back on defense because another main problem is that we can't control the zone. We can't control the offensive zone very very well because the Bruins suck at positioning on a lot of. The Bruins have sucked at positioning in recent weeks. They've been getting better at it. Freddie was in the right place at the right time on both of his goals, and the last one was and the overtime winner was basically just a repeat of a couple of days ago, where Pasta passes across the crease to Zaka and he scores. The only difference with this one is that it wouldn't have made sense in any way, shape, or form for Pasternak to shoot there. Yes, he was 4 foot from the goal, but he had two defensemen on him and the attention of Alexei Kosolov. By the way, Kosolov or Kolosov, sorry. By the way, Kolosov had a decent game. I don't think he had a great game. I mean, Swayman was absolutely the better goaltender. But the Bruins had some problems finishing their chances, and it resulted in a couple chances going the other way. And notably, every time I look at who's getting called up, I'm more and more frustrated. Mark McLaughlin. McLaughlin's had several chances in the show. And before the game they were talking about, he has been developing his physicality and his strength, and I cannot stress how much we already have that. We already have a decent amount of physicality and strength. Our entire fourth line is that, and and a decent amount of times it ends up being one of our better lines in the games. But on top of that, if you have this much grit and sandpaper and physicality on your roster, and on top of that, you go out and get one of the biggest and most physical defensemen in the league in Nikita Zadorov, and you still find yourself needing to get more physical on top of that. Maybe the issue isn't the physicality. Maybe it's how you use that physicality. Especially because Zadorov is Zadorov. He didn't have a problem in this game. Admittedly, Zadorov had a pretty good game. So I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on this once. Just this once, that. You don't. I don't know if you get it again. Who knows? It might happen. If you play better, he played good enough for me to give him the benefit of the doubt on this one. And if he gets better, if he continues playing like this, who knows? Maybe the contract won't look like as bad. It still looks not. It's gonna look bad no matter what. Maybe it won't look terrible. Well, with that said, Matvei Michkov two goals today, 2 goals, and the ire of Charlie McAvoy. Oh man, this was big. In the second period, McAvoy and Michkov get into some shenanigans, and from a McAvoy hit that Michkov clearly dove on, and just does not just offers no resistance. He's just on the ice, and it's so fake. It's so fake. And McAvoy is pissed. He's pissed, telling the refs he dove on. He flopped. He dove, and he's right. Michkov sold it like snake oil, and McAvoy comes out of it taking a double minor. It was frustrating. It was so unbelievably frustrating, and McAvoy, understandably, was pissed off to where he and Michkov were basically boiling each other's blood for the rest of the game. So that was a thing that happened between the two of them. In terms of overtime, because the Bruins, after being down 3-1, and rallied back with a beautiful, a stellar five-hole shot from Marchand, and with the silkiest of mitts, barely even tried on this. Yes, Bruins, a couple breakaways is from bad defensive execution and on the Bruins, and Lori in particular fell down a couple times. I know Geeky had a moment where he got rocked and he was slow to get up and hobbling when he got up. I really hope that he gets that he's fine and when all is said and done. But the end goal. Oh my God, it was beautiful. It was a work of art, where Pasta is pulling 2 defensemen behind him, and and when he turns to try and make the shot, they're right in his face, and this was Kolosov, and he finds the open lane, and Zaka just has frickin' kick your feet up, have a spot, why don't ya? He had all day to make this shot, and he did not waste a single second on it. Mwah. So the Bruins and a decent stand, and now they go into the gauntlet. Oh, the gauntlet in the West. First of all, in which they have to face the freaking. They have to face the. First of all, they have to face the Jets, who are white hot right now. They are insane. And they have to. On top of that, they have to play Vancouver again. So great! I can't wait for Jake DeBrusk to score another hat trick. This time against us. Yes. And they have to go against Edmonton. And that is kind of a scary. That is kind of scary. The three those teams, although they do have games in between them. I forget which ones. I think Calgary is one of them. Calgary is one of them. I think the Kraken are another one. I think it's Jets, Kraken, Canucks, Flames, Oilers. It's a decent 5-team spread. You've gotten the momentum from beating worse opponents, and today you showed that you can come back from a sizable deficit. This road trip, your first test this season, and see if you're legit under Sacco. Oh, I don't expect much. I expect us to go like 1-3-1 through this. Surprise me, please surprise me. And that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.